Hello everyone, and very welcome to episode 10 of the Pickup Stitches podcast. My name is Leanie and today is the 13th of March. So I'm going to kick off and say happy birthday Mariette. Mariette is my very good friend from Die Boervrou. She also has a podcast which I will link, and yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day and that the year that's coming will be your best one yet. I am sure it will be. Interesting fact, yesterday was my brother and sister's birthday as well. They are not twins. So there's something to be said for my mom's timing, but they actually differ 2 years in age, but they were born on the 12th of March, both of them. So again, happy birthday to my brother and sister as well. Yeah, I don't have a lot of time today, so I'm going to get straight into it. And I don't have a finished object, but I do have a half finished object. So, here it is. I believe a lot of you guys would have already seen it on Instagram. It is my Gypsy Shawl sock that I made using the pattern from Kay, the Crazy Sock Lady. And last week when I showed you guys, this is the stitch marker, so I'm doing this one cuff down. So I was up until here, my stitch marker from Ietsie Klein, and then I finished the toe and I did a Kitchener, and it's really no issue. I was stressing for no reason. I am super chuffed with myself. I did a Kitchener and sock one done. So this is by far the most intricate pattern I've ever done and followed. I am so happy with how this turned out. It's my first cuff down, gusset, heel turn, and heel flap, heel arrangement, where I have to decrease for the toe and then do a Kitchener stitch. So I'm very happy, and I've already started with the next one. I just want to check, yes, with the next one. Done with the ribbing already and starting with the pattern section. So yeah, that's awesome. I am doing this with the Donna base sock yarn from Esteresa Yarn Creations. So the pink and the blue, and as always I keep everything neat in my yarn cake cozies designed by Mariette. Awesome. So that's the half finished object and the progress on that whip. Let me just move the stitch marker, progress keeper, so that we can see how I progress. Don't know what I'm doing wrong here, but yeah. So cute. I'm still getting used to how cute this is. So let's go over to whips, works in progress. The first works in progress that I want to show you guys is my shawl. It's the Tunisian sampler shawl that I'm making from pattern by Hayley, Joanne Robinson, not Robertson. I'm thinking of Robertson's wines. So progress last week, I was up to here, done with the brickwork, and I just started with the reverse section, and I'm done with that. So the section I'm starting to build here is called the honeycomb, which is not too difficult. I just need to stay focused on, because you alternate all the stitches here. Every stitch is a different one from the previous one, so I need to stay focused. My progress keeper there is the present that Jalene from the Lekker Podcast gave me. So cute. And then about this, yeah, I mean 1, 2, 3 rows done in a week. These rows are getting long, very, very long. My cable is officially my cable is too short. So I'm just bunching it up for now because I don't have another cable. I have another cable, but it's occupied. You'll see with what very soon. But yeah, now I'm just bunching it up. At least I can still gauge the size of the shawl when I do the, what do we call it again, the return pass. So when I do the return pass, it's off the cable and then I can gauge the size. But it's getting very long, as in half an hour. My 30 minutes of crafting that I allow myself as a minimum each day is not even enough to do the setup row on a row anymore. It takes me more than half an hour because the rows are so long and because I'm still working on building the muscle memory and so on. So this is going super slow, super slow, but we will not despair. Oh my goodness, what did I do? Problem solved. My cable is really too short. I'm just going to move my stitch marker to reflect properly for the next podcast. Okay. That's whip number 2. Whip number 3, also not going too fast, also because time limitations, is my Tree of Life blanket. Didn't really grow much. I mean, this is where we were last week. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4 rows the last week, but also 1 row takes me 20 minutes. So it's big projects. It's very, very big projects, both of these, but I still enjoy them. So this Tree of Life pattern was designed by the Crazy Crochet Cat Lady, and I'm doing this for the Mosaic Make Along 2022, which I've come to terms with already. I will not be finished in time with my Tree of Life blanket. Is what it is. I will not be done. But I'm not just doing it for the make along. I'm not really interested in the prizes or anything. I'm doing this because I actually love this pattern a lot. Okay. So newest work in progress. And I've hinted to it last week that I want to make the Real Easy raglan sweater by Emily Bolduan. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, from Maker. So it was a free pattern. Free and three has always been a problem for me. So I showed you this swatch last week, and I indicated, look at the difference in the texture between the top part and the bottom part. And Mariette, being a genius, figured out what am I doing wrong. And I've learned this week that I have been purling incorrectly since forever. I never knew there was a right and a wrong way to pull the stitches. So my mind is blown again. I now know how to pull correctly. So also I said I was going to make a swatch in the round, which I did. And fortunately my gauge is still the same as this top part that I did correctly of my swatch, and it corresponds with the gauge recommended in the pattern, so I don't need to make any adjustments to my needle sizes, which makes me happy. And I am just finished. I took half an hour this morning, and okay, correction, I did not start this morning. It's just this morning's 30 minutes of knitting I allocated to finish the ribbing section of my raglan sweater. I am just about to start with the, what's the word I'm looking for? Goodness. Preparation. The yoke. I will still learn all the terminologies that I need to, but I am due to start the yoke now of the sweater. It will not happen today, that's for sure. Got some other things on my plate, which we'll get into detail shortly. But yeah, ribbing, done. Happiness. I'm doing this. I told you guys I am going to use the double knit yarn that I have, the Ali Pure Gold in my stash. It's quite a big stash. And this colorway is called Shrimp. I don't know if you guys can see there. I hope so. So this is a soft medium pink, not too shocking. I like this color a lot. So yeah, we'll keep you updated. I just need to put a progress keeper in here, and I don't have one on me right now. But I've decided actually what I do want to do in future is I want to use my Ietsie Klein progress keeper for this project for now, and then actually start utilizing the sock, that small sock progress keeper I got from Miensie as part of the sock blockers I bought, the Kaiser sock blockers, as my progress keeper for my socks in future. I mean, it's a sock, so it just makes sense. I'm using Ietsie Klein for the sweater. That's great for us to keep progress. And that's it for whips. Let's move over to acquisitions. So with regards to acquisitions, I showed you guys this Notions pouch last week, and I said that I have got no idea who made it, and luckily I'm not the only one that loves these pouches and project bags that gets made by the Crochet Crazy Girl. I'm gonna link all her information below. So thanks to everybody who helped me out here. Apparently there's a few of my viewers that also supports this, so thank you very much, guys. And then this week, not a lot of acquisitions, and I think it's probably the last acquisitions for the month because I've killed my budget totally. But I did need one or two things. First being these Knit Pro 3.5mm Nova knitting needle tips, because I needed it to do this pattern. I had a 4mm and a 3mm, not a 3.5. So I now do have a 3.5. And then I bought some cable connectors for my NetPro cables. And I bought these rubber grippies for my tri-glue set. So, oh my goodness, they are grippy. There's 2 of them. The other one is in my notions pouch, in my sock bag from tri-glue, because I've had a few close encounters, and Mariette warned me previously with my needle tips coming loose from my cable. So fortunately I see it every time before disaster can strike. But now I've got these grippies, and I think I should not have this problem going forward. I bought these from Natural Yarns online. Yeah, it just so happens they had everything I wanted in the size I wanted and the quantities. So I bought it from them. I was very strong in not buying any yarn from them, but in future I definitely will. I will also link Natural Yarns below in the description. Sorry. Yeah. So that's all. I'm going to move over to live. So the reason today's podcast or episode is not very long and extensive, and I don't go into too much detail, is because I need to get back to my books and my assignments. I mentioned last week that I am doing my master's, sorry, and things are now starting to get very busy, which is also why there's not a lot of progress on my projects. So the way I'm trying to manage it is I get up during week mornings, like 3 o'clock in the morning, take half an hour just to actually get dressed and wake up properly, which requires at least 1 cup of coffee and another one standing next to me. And then I study a bit, I take a break, I get everything ready, pack my bags and my lunch and everything for work. Then I go back and I study some more, and then I take 30 minutes for knitting, crocheting, Tunisian, whatever is the project for that day. I try to alternate them, a tip I got from Jalene as well. And then it's another half an hour that I can use for studying, and then I have to get to work, and then it's work. And then at night when I get back, I just need to rest for at least an hour, hour and a half. Sorry about my voice. An hour, hour and a half before I can start thinking of things like knitting and studying and so on again. But then I do try to do at least another half an hour of studying and another half an hour of crafting at night. Problem is just my brain doesn't work too good at evenings. I'm a morning person, I'm an early bird, I function better in the mornings. So yeah, that is the only way I've been able to make some progress lately. And then the breaking things up in half an hour, yeah, that's been proven scientifically multiple times already. But unfortunately, I need to tell you guys, for the rest of March, there will not be any episodes because classes start next weekend and it continues up until the end of March, including the 1st of April. Even that first weekend in April, we might have classes. I'm not sure yet. It depends on how we progress. So no podcast. Maybe I'll surprise myself and all of you by having a podcast on 3rd of April. Unfortunately, if I've got classes, nothing. So yeah, I'm sure you guys will all understand, and thank you for that. And that's about it. That's all that I can tell you for today. It's a short episode, and my wish for you guys is a wonderful Sunday. And until I see you again, may you all be blessed and have prosperity and joy in your lives. And then I'll see you next time. Bye bye.